They say the land of changelings was cursed. There was no love or sunlight, only madness and cows can survive. In the grim darkness of the hives, changelings are seeking for love to survive. But this cursed land cannot afford enough food for these predators. The changeling militarism was born from their desire for love because there's few food but many mouths to feed. The extreme desire for food and their militarism made it impossible for the changelings to unite. At the time, changelings didn't have a nation in unity, but the 5 hives that were spending most of their time fighting with each other. The 5 hives, just like 5 independent nations, they have their own queen and their own army. Queen Chrysalis Vesaripolis, having the strongest military force and the largest population, was the most powerful hive among the 5. Their bitter rival, Vrax, was a huge war factory. The Vrakians were proud of their warrior tradition under the rule of Queen Argunis. They were talented soldaten and warmongers. Unlike those fighters, Solid was a peaceful hive that ruled by Queen Yaria. As the coldest hive in the north, they were famous for their changeling magic abilities and resistance against cold winter. They were similar to the Detricium hive, which was the only ice-free port in the north. Queen Helvia made the hive the greatest commercial center, forming the hive with the newest thoughts and technologies. Sie waren Handler, keine Krieger. Unlike the 4 changeling hives, Queen Orantia was the poorest. Her silent hive called Lyctida was small and weak. No visitors would come to this undeveloped hive that lies in the deepest forest. As a city next to Olenia, Lyctida was always assaulted by the Olenia invaders. Their economy fell and changelings died. The meaningless and bloody Silver War among the 5 hives didn't stop until Queen Chrysalis united the hives under one banner in 982. At first, the newborn changeling kingdom tried to negotiate with its neighbor countries. Changelings were looking for their own place under the sun. They need love to feed their population. But their request was ignored by its neighbors, Polabies, Olenia, and Equestria. The peaceful solution failed. Just as what Queen Chrysalis had said, Changeling Kingdom is not looking to Vesaripolis' pacifism, but to its power. Soris and Detricium may indulge pacifism. Vesaripolis has to concentrate to its power for the opportune moment. The speeches and negotiations cannot solve the great problem that changelings are facing, sondern durch Reichen und Blut. 1002, the Queen and the changeling forces invaded Equestria without a warning. It was a gamble. Chrysalis put everything in this game. They advanced to Canterlot and shared the city with cows. But she was defeated by the elements of harmony, and all the forces were destroyed. The first invasion against Equestria failed at last. The defeat destroyed changelings' pride and arrogance. It broke the backbone of the Despair country. Some veterans cannot accept the defeat. They voluntarily organized corps and kept fighting against the enemies in the forests. They said the changelings had no future after such defeat. The country was about to meet its end. Nein, Queen Chrysalis will not give up this far. She seeks for revenge. The fight will not stop here. The changelings were suppressed for a long time. We've been ashamed and beaten, and now it is time to pay back. The commercial port in Detricium now serves for U-boats and battleships. Endless war machines are produced by the factory in Frax, and pacifism supporters led by Thorax are being hunted down in Scythe. The Changeling Kingdom has turned into a huge military camp. The army owns the nation, not the nation owns the army. Rebuilding an army, making the nation proud. Disregarding the peace treaty, the empire will rise. Olenia bowed, Polar Bears annexed. Equus holds its breath, waiting for the coming madness. In the last days of Equus, I see the evil rising.